Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Stanford Howard with this edition of the HGP SPORTS. We tell you now, as CBC Championships in June draw closer, the Guyana Amateur Basketball Federation still has no official word from the government towards funding for the men and women's national basketball team participation. Here is more. The national men's and women's basketball team to represent Guyana in Suriname in the next few weeks has been chosen. The women are set to depart on June 15th and the men on June 22nd. President of the GABF, Nigel Hines, has indicated that he has written a letter seeking government funds of 10 million Guyana dollars for the team, but has not received any response as yet.
The government and the administration, we wrote them in May, and we have not received a formal response. The policy of the government based on the manifesto is to fund national teams for regional championships.
If the government fails to provide the funding, the association will have to dig into their own pockets and make it happen.
In some ways, because a lot of the overseas players, seeking certain incentives. As much as they're Guyanese born, they're not wholly showing the patriotism that we would
expected from them.
Have at least reduce the cost, but we understand that they are professionals.
Yeah,
and they're very much accustomed to playing for
a stipend or something of the sort.
Yes, we will provide stipend.
Mr. Nigel Hines explained to HGP Sports how much money the association has spent on a daily basis since the encampment of players.
Every day we're spending, right now we have 13 people staying at various hotels. We have, and that costs about 100,000 a day when you add the meals there. And we also provide beverages and bananas every practice session, which comes up to about $10,000 each day, just, because people need to be rehydrated and energized during the practice session. We have to purchase uniforms, which we already did. It costs $5,000 US. It's about a male and female, along with tops and travel gear.
HGP Sports contacted the Director of Sports, Christopher Jones, on the funding, but he said that lies with the minister responsible for sports. And his office had only received a request for transportation for the male and females team to be transported from Georgetown to Molson Creek. And that has already been approved. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. In tennis, in keeping with its constitution, the Guyana Lawn Tennis Association held its annual general meeting and elections on Friday, May 11th at the National Resource Center on Wolford Avenue, where Samuel Baccarat defeated William Skeet to be elected president of the tennis body, replacing Jamal Goodluck, who held the position for the previous year. Other members of the new executive committee include Chrissy Campbell, vice president, Robin Singh, second vice president, Bali Hassan, secretary, Ramesh Sibaran, treasurer, Tina Ram, assistant treasurer, Ilani Budhu, committee member, Nigel Niles, committee member, Delon Fraser, committee member, Jason Andrew, committee member, Grace McCalman, life member, and William Skeet, assistant secretary treasurer. We switch our attention to football. Demerara Distillers Limited, through its Pepsi brand on Thursday, partnered with Petro Organization to host the inaugural ExxonMobil on the 14 boys and girls football tournament. Here are the details. In a press briefing held on Thursday at the DSL Rungville branch, Petro Organization gained another sponsor for the schools, boy and girls on the 14 football tournament. None other than beverage giant DDL. The tournament, which is the first of its kind, will bridge the gap between the under-11 and under-18 programs. Mr. Troy Mendonca of Petra is pleased about the tournament and what it would contribute to the development of football in Guyana.
We can now see a lot of youngsters at under-11 raring to go to participate in the tournament. We saw the national setup benefiting from a lot of youngsters who came through that rank and who would have played were on the 18 tournament. And now these youngsters are budding national players. And so over the past couple of years, we would have trying our utmost best to have this middle-age tournament.
Mr. Larry Wells, brand manager of DDL, said the company is happy to be a part of this tournament, and more importantly, DDL got on board because the tournament encompasses the female aspect of football in Guyana.
And this is something we've always been interested in, and we feel really, really happy, and appreciative of the fact that Petra would have came to us, and asked whether we would like to partner on this program, this tournament. And giving back to kids, the youths, is very important to us. We know that the development of football in Guyana is really based on the development of youth in Guyana. So with us coming on board, we're happy. We know that the youths look forward to this. They'll be able to exhibit some of their talents. We'll see both boys and girls week in, week out, trying to produce the best that they can to win this tournament.
The tournament kicks off this Saturday, the 2nd of June, at the Ministry of Education ground, Carifesta Avenue, with the girls' team being engaged in a 2-week training stint under the watchful eye of the technical staff of the GFF from 9 hours. The boys' tournament will run for 7 weeks and the girls 5 weeks. While the boys' round 1 starts at 11 hours on the same day as the fixtures reads. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. And finally, Digicel confirms the West Demerara Secondary as the winner of the Guyana leg of the Digicel Youth Cricket Series through online voting. You'll find out the details in this report. Students of the West Demerara Secondary School will benefit from a coach and player from the Amazon Warriors cricket team. These, however, have not yet been confirmed by the company. Digicel has partnered with the Caribbean Premier League in an effort to develop future West Indies cricketers through the Youth Series, which helps to ensure the longevity and sustainability of the sport in the region. The winning school will have their day with the CPL Stars on July 21st, which will be the last session for CPL countries. Similar program will be held in Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Trinidad and Tobago, and Barbados, which have already completed theirs. CPL Online News reports that Digicel and the CPL had a long-standing partnership, and over the years they have worked together to create the biggest party in sport. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. And that's all we have for this edition of the HGP Sportscast. Goodbye.